Bear with me. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Let me get some comments up. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday afternoon. Oh my goodness me. I got you a bit on the wonk today, I'm afraid. But hopefully it's a nice clear picture. Who have we got here? Hi, Carol. Hi, lovely to see you. Right, as usual, I have absolutely zero idea of what I'm going to do. I'm just... Oh, we don't want that reflection there. Hi, Sue. Hi, Facebook user. Hi, Facebook user. There's two of you. Hello, nice to see you. So, as usual, no idea what I'm going to do, and I'm just kind of having a think as people are coming in now as to what I can do. I'm going to have a look at my substrates and see if that gives me a little bit of a what should we call it, thingy-bob, you know, a little bit of inspiration. That's what we need. You want to be there? No, don't sing, Rachel, because you get yourself kicked off Facebook. I do forget that at times. I do, which is really bad, and I shouldn't. Oh, now there's a thought. That's a thought. I've got an idea. Something has come into my head, and I think it's a good idea, so I'm going to go with it. And we'll see where it goes. Now, I did have... Let me just grab a substrate to chuck it on, because we need something solid to put it on. Bear with me. Just getting into my little Jengaized corner. Oh. So times like this, I do wonder if we should plan a bit. Right. I'm in. I got a tray. I have a tray, and I think I'm going to do something with my tray. That's not going to work, Rachel. That would be foolish. But I'm going to do something with this tray, and we'll just see. We'll see where it goes. We'll see what happens. Hi, Fiona. Oh, this is completely off the cuff. Hi, Shamela. So I've got this little tray, and these are available in different sizes from the shop. And let me think what I'm going to do with it. Oh, I see a Leanne. Right, well, I gather some supplies and get my gesso going. I'm going to get our lovely Leanne on screen so that you can have a look around the shop, because, you know, it's exciting.
Lost my head. Hello.
There she is.
Hello. We're in the shop. It's quite cool, actually. I've got a heater. Just turned the heater off because it was making such a racket. So I'll just show you where we are.
Cool.
I turn myself around. Camera, turn it around, Leanne. Turn it around. There you go. And do a little tour. So that's where we got some Tim Holtz stuff, some of the wooden stuff, some of the clays. We've run out of the plus, but we've got the Jovi. That's quite handy. Just in case you haven't seen any of these on the website. And the chrome and pentart, all the wooden stuff, Zuri molds, and then my head. That was Stamperia A5 mold corner.
Ooh.
Those who've forgotten about the Artico pool molds.
Fiona says hello.
You saying something, Rachel, or am I getting a lot of feedback?
I'm speaking. I'm saying something. And
Right,
Sue
okay.
Lepage says it looks plentiful.
Oh, that's me messy corner. I got to do that today. My messy corner. Oh. Yeah, it's looking a bit more tidier than it was. I should turn that way, so you can see it better. There you go. It's a little bit more neater. And there's Maya's Memories corner. And a bit of everything corner. And my snip art rail, which I haven't quite filled yet. That's not done yet. But it's big enough, look, to have classes in. We have a table. It'll fit 6 people.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that.
So we will be doing some classes in store. Right. I'm going to leave you to it, Rachel, and I'm going to participate in the chat.
All right then, lovely. It was lovely to see the shop. It's looking fantastic, and I can't wait to come and have some cake and creativity there.
Indeed. I've already been asked when the first class is, so maybe in a couple of weeks. I'll see you later, or I'll speak to you on the chat.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm waving. I was waving then, and I know that Jan couldn't see me, and I'm waving. Oh dear, what's the matter with me? But oh, that was nice. That was really nice. The shop's looking really, really good, and it's got everything in there. Bit of everything. So I am just gessoing my tray because, as you know, you've been working on a tray like this as well, Marcia. It's tray season, I think. It's tray season. What can I say? What else? Oh, Carol's eating her lunch while watching. Actually, dinner from last night. Too busy watching lives. Yeah, I know, Carol. There's so many good things out there to watch, aren't there? There are so many good things out there to watch. It's times I struggle catching up. But I'm very grateful for everybody who gives their time and hard work to all of us who like to watch. It's just so nice to be able to have all that inspiration. There we go. This is Cadence gesso I'm using, which it's a little bit thicker than, well, I say a little bit thicker, it's a lot thicker than a lot of the gessos I use, but it was the first one I grabbed, and it does a very good job. So that, as long as it does a good job, I'm happy. So let's get this. We're nearly there. You see, now this is one thing that I do slightly differently to how I'd do it if I was on my own. I am a little bit speedier for the sake of everybody watching when it comes to gesso, because I don't mind taking my time with this sort of thing. In fact, I like taking my time with this sort of thing. But, you know, watching somebody paint gesso on a tray is not really up there with the most exciting things to watch, I don't think. So, oh, a little bit of fluff. There we go. Oh, what a week. What a week. What a week. Happy Lunar New Year. So, I don't know if everybody knows or if everybody has heard of snip art, but the shop has got lots of snip art in it now, and it's really, really beautiful stuff. And it's got so many different things you can do with it. Oh, we're nearly done. Last edge. Let's finish that one, and then just the last edge to go. Let's get round. Oh, there's another edge. Last two edges. Nearly there. That's true, Fiona. It's true. Oh, yes, the sparkle gel and the velvet powder. I know, that was Terry and Teresa, wasn't it? That was really good. Oh, it's fab. Getting there. So it is like Fiona said, if you don't know about gessoing, it's a really important part of the process, because it gives you a key to work on. It also seals, like this is quite a porous wood, and if I didn't put gesso on here, I wouldn't get a nice I'd get a finish and it would be okay, but it would soak up so much of the paint that I put on. It would be craziness, really. It's a waste of my paint to not put the gesso on first. Right, now that is it. Gosh, Rachel, that was record time with the gesso in there. So that is done. Let me get this pot out of the way and put my brush in some water. Wow. Yeah, gesso is, I'd rather get through a ton of gesso than a ton of paint. I've got to be honest. So that's all gessoed and it needs to dry. I might not need to use my heat gun. We'll see. Because I'm going to look at some rice papers a minute and have a little think about what I'm going to put on here. Because these are rather nice. Oh, that's so beautiful. Look at that one. Can you see that one? Look at that. How beautiful. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's almost too beautiful to use. It's so beautiful. Oh, I just love it. Now, do I want to use that for this project, or do I want to use it for canvas and make more of that picture? I'm not sure. It can go on my maybe pile. And I love this one as well with the numbers. Oh, this is going to be ridiculous because I love most of these. Let me keep flicking through. Oh no, I love these ones as well. These are so just elegant and simple, aren't they? They're just really beautiful. I'm pondering that actually, because that might be quite, because this is a tray and it is going to, I am going to use it as a tray. The beautiful rice paper, this one is it's called Sweet Perfume, and the code is DQRP0155, and it's absolutely stunning. And I'm thinking how fabulous a big version of this would look on my wardrobe. And if ever you see any of the Design Queen papers and you think, gosh, I'd like to put that on a wardrobe or a set of drawers or whatever, they go up to much bigger sizes, and you can ask Leanne to order that for you. They're all so lovely. I love them so much. Oh no, there's a little idea. Let me put that one to one side, and maybe that one. See, it's the deciding bit that's the tricky bit, and that's Christmassy, so I'll be saving those for another time. Christmassy. Ooh. Oh dear me, it's so difficult to decide. Oh, I love that one as well. Oh, and I really love that one. Oh no, I've been dying to use that one. So I'm gonna actually, and I might use that too. Right, okay. I've made my mind up. Let me get these extra bits out of the way a second. I keep all my little scraps because, and I don't mind, I store my rice papers rolled, because what I do with the Design Queen ones, because I know they'll be fine like that. Right, so I've got my tray and I've got these papers that I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use this one because I wanted some sort of frame. So I'm going to use that one. And then I quite like the idea of having a bit of a mix match going on with the pattern. And then I've also got this one because I might have to pop one of these crazy labels on there to give me a little giggle when I'm having my cup of tea. But do I want to pop one of these in there too? Let's see. Let's start chopping things about and see where we go with it. That's the only way, isn't it? What papers am I using? Well, so far there's nothing concrete, but I will tell you as I go which ones I definitely use. Right, I'm definitely going to be using this one here. Can you see it? It's beautiful. Which is called Forest Law Happily Engaged. And I do really love that one a lot. And I've been waiting to use it on something. So I think this is the perfect something. And I'm going to cut this, which I don't very often with rice paper, but because this has got stripes in it, I want to be a little bit precise with it. So let's pop that there. And I'm going to use this skeletal one. And this actually reminds me quite a bit of Olga's new collection that's out. Olga Heldren, she's just designed a new collection, and we're waiting to get that in the shop actually. But it's absolutely stunning. I'm hoping to have a little play with it this week, and I'll pop some pictures up of what I do with it. but it's very similar to this. Right, there we go. There we go. Let's get that cut across there. So yes, a funky fossil. Yes, it does look a lot like it, doesn't it? Now I might put this. Shall I put it this way, or shall I put it that way? I think I like it that way because I want to put other things on there. So I'm just going to follow the line of the frame on here as my reference to get a straight line. And also, if I'm careful how I cut it, and I can use it for another project, which makes me happy. There we go. And follow the line of frame again. There we go. Now it's weird because I really am tempted to do kind of 3D things, and I can't because it's a tray. And I won't be able to put my cup down if I mess around with it too much. Right, that's going to work like that really nicely. I am very tempted. That's not going to work. That, however, might work. And we can change the colour of these flowers to go with what we're doing. So I'll show you how to do that. You need to pop a little bit of clear gesso on before you colour, because otherwise the colour can bleed into the rest of the paper. So rather than have the colour bleeding into the rest of the paper, let me just see how that's going to work. Yes, that's going to work. Yes, that is going to work. And I'm going to cut these out a little bit more because I want to put that harlequin. And this paper is Dainty and the Queen Lotus, and it's designed by Yvette, and it's really lovely. And so is the harlequin. The harlequin I'm going to use is one that Yvette has designed too. Oh yes, I want it for my cups of tea, I'm afraid. I wish I didn't, because I would quite like to 3D it, but I want to use it for actual practical cups of tea, because our coffee table is really hard for me to reach, which is quite sad, because we've got like Chesterfield sofas, and I'm not a long-limbed person, so I struggle sometimes reaching our coffee table, which is between the sofas. This is all information that you really don't need, but it's Sunday afternoon. Yeah, so a tray that I can put my drinks on would be really handy. So yeah, I'm going for it. I'm going for something that I can actually put to practical use. So don't worry too much about getting the edges totally precise when you're doing this sort of thing, because we can blend the edges in anyway. We're not, you know, it's not the end of the world if they're not exact. So let's solve that. Thank you very much. Getting there. Let's have a look at the comments. Handmade by Kenny. Hello, Kenny. Hello. And let's get this done. Just take out those little bits. I know this is a tedious bit of cutting. I do apologise, but it is part of creating the design I want. Hi, Claire. Good to see you. We had Leanne come on from the shop. Oh, bless me. We had Leanne come on from the shop for a little while, which was really lovely. So hopefully she might come back on a bit later on, and you'll get a nosy around, because it's looking really fabulous. And it's very exciting. Oh, I love those bits down there, but I don't think they're going to fit. There we go. Right, I don't know whether I'm going to colorise these or not, but I'm going to use them. So, right, so I've got my flowers. I've got that, and the next thing I'm going to do is I want to put this in the background of it all. So I could measure it. Of course I could. Or I could just draw a line with my pencil, and that will tell me where I need to cut. There we go. Oh, we've got my other bits coming into play. Right, let me cut this bit now. Now this is the hand painted Harlequin, and again it's Dainty and the Queen, which is our lovely Iveta. And I just need to take these little white edges off here. Because even though I'm going to be painting and doing a few other effects, I want to make sure that I'm not giving myself more work than I need. So let's get rid of those. And this last edge here. There we go. A bit wonky on that one, but I think we'll get away with it. Alright, so I've got my tray. I'm going to add some nice paint effects too. I've got my paper. That needs a little bit more trimming, so I'll do that in a second. Then I've got these beautiful lotuses, and this little debris, what's it? I don't know what I would call that, and I'll decide whether to add colour to these flowers or not afterwards. And I do want to add, I think, these labels, which are, it's called Beware of Poison, and it's DQRP 0308, and I'm just taking this poison label because I just, it'll make me smile when I see it. Because I don't know, that's the kind of person I am. So there we go. Hi Anya, happy Sunday. Yeah, I know. Well, there's a couple of people that I know will probably be watching. I know somebody else is live, and they started at 1 and they tend to run over, so they'll probably come over when that one's finished. So that's how it goes. But let's face it, you know, who knows how long I'm going to be here. It's not like anybody really needs to be here from the very beginning. Let's get that done. There we go. Just taking my time because there's a few nice little curves. Few little curves. There we go. There we go. I'm going to put that there like that. Now, I really like that composition myself. That works for me. So, yes, Claire, it's Yvette's. The Harlequin and the Lotus are Yvette's. The skeleton is Forest Law, and the poison is Poison Labels, which makes that nice and easy to remember. Right, so that I'm happy with as a composition. I am going to use some nice Maya's Memories paints and things, and we'll do some nice effects and get it looking lovely. So let me just get these little bits of paper out of the way, because I don't like throwing any of it away because I love it. I never really understood the fuss about Design Queen initially until I used them. And then once I used them, I understood the fuss, because they are just fabulous. Right. So the next thing I want to do is I want to stick these elements into place. Oh, and I need to just trim a little bit off that edge as well. Yeah, let me cut that edge. Hold of that and just cut it. I'm just folding it so I've got a line I can follow. And let's cut it down here. It doesn't have to be a perfectly straight line, because we are going to be painting and all the rest of it, but as long as it's relatively straight, I'm happy. Yes, that fits nicely now. Oh, I like that. And I think I'm going to be inspired by that for my for the outside as well. I think I have a little thought, because I do sometimes have them, and yeah. Now, where's my decoupage glue? Where are you hiding? I saw you about 2 seconds ago, and I thought I need to grab you because I'm going to use you. There we go. Got you. Right, I'm going to use Pentart decoupage varnish and glue. And no, I'm not, because that's a glitter one actually, and I don't want glitter. I mean, do I? It depends how glittery it is, I suppose. I think it's got quite a bit of glitter going on. Do you know? No, Rachel, no, don't do it. No, I'm not going to do it. Not for this one. I've got another one. I've got the plain, yes. I've got Silky Shine. See, it does pay to read your labels, doesn't it? Oops, I'm just throwing a few things around, because that's how I roll. Let's have a look. I'll use the Collavelo, which is Stamperia's decoupage rice paper type glue. The reason it's quite a good idea to use a specific glue that's made for rice paper is because you want something with a low viscosity, because otherwise it can be a little bit too tacky, and if you have to move your rice paper for any reason, it can be a little bit problematic. So it's particularly good to use a product like that if you don't do a lot. Oh, you are, Fiona. It's a nightmare. They're so lovely. They are so lovely. And I know there's lots of other rice papers out there, but I just do really love these ones. Oh, hi, Jane. Hi, Jane. Lovely to see you. All right, I've just taken the lid off that because I couldn't pop the top off. So I'm just going to spread this now. Yeah. Make sure it's smoothly spread, because I don't want lumps and bumps and bubbles. I save those for other things, but not this. Right, that's all nice and smoothly coated with the medium, and now I just want to make sure I get that in. Yeah. Bear with me, let me get my little squeegee. I have a little squeegee, which is very good for making sure that rice papers are nice and evenly. Just turn it around. just taking my time now to make sure, because this is, you know, this is a reasonably large area, and I want to make sure that it's all properly stuck down. I just found a little bit of paper. See, it's worth taking time with this sort of thing. What we'll do, I think, I've got a little bit of looseness here, but I think that will probably, no, I will, that's very dry. So I'm just gonna take my brush, whoops, and get that. There we go. Just when you think you've managed to get all the areas, you find one that you didn't. Right, that's good. I'm happy with that. Now it's time to pop the middle bits on. Now I like to get my rice papers in place before I do any of my painting, because I can blend them into whatever I'm doing with them then. So I'm just trying to sort of roughly guesstimate where everything is on here. Now I can lift these up and add more. Yeah, that's about right. A little bit further over here. And yes, that's central. And need some more glue. Oops, not quite that much, I didn't think. But I can fill in all those little bits that need filling in. I'm just using my brush to smooth everything down and check any other. Just, yeah, that's a little bit loose there, so we'll have that one back as well. We're coming to the end of this. There we go. Love it. And just pop a little bit there. And put my little poison label. Oh, I'm very happy with that. I think I am going to leave these flowers cream actually. I quite like them coming off onto the side there. I'm going to do something to frame this, but I haven't quite decided what yet. and I'm going to do some stripes on the outside to match these stripes, I think. And well, let's carry on and see where we go. I need to just wait for this to dry. Although I can probably carry on. Oh, I've got some of me. I've been doing some felting. Hi. Hi. Right, let's see. What paint have I got down here? Got some really nice Mayor's Memories paints, which are rather lovely, which I think might work quite nicely, but I'm going to have to darken grey up, I think. Let me just rooting about in my boxes. Bear with me. Just looking for, that's what I'm looking for, a bit of black liquid acrylic, because that is what's going to work on here. Right, that's dry, so I can start doing stuff on there, can't I? Absolutely, Jane. Get them out, get them used. Right, that's not wide enough, Rachel. So I can do this one edge at a time, and I'm just using some masking tape, making sure that the first piece is square, and then I can put the next piece there. This will make sense in a minute. I know it looks a bit odd, but it will make sense. So there we go. I'm just going to keep going along here. Need to cut down a little bit there. Yes, I am going to do this all the way to the end, but it's not going to take long. Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda. Nice to see you. There we go. Let's get this done. Now, I'm not quite the right. Oh, that's going to really annoy me. Going to move these slightly now, so that I end up losing that little extra bit by the time. There we go. I've lost that extra bit. Oh, I've just given myself a paint moustache. Right. I'm glad you can't see me. Right, so now I'm going along and I'm going to take every other one off. And this way I'm going to have really nice lines for my stripes. It's just a really easy way of getting nice stripes. Right, so these are staying, so I'm just making sure they're down nicely. And then I'm just going to look at this again. Right, yes, grey and black I want around the edge. So I've got this really nice cloud grey from Maya's Memory, so I'm going to use that for the grey bit. Oh, she says if she can open it. Oh, yes, I can. There you go. So I'm going to use the the cloud grey from Maya's Memories. Oh, I think that's going to be nice. And I might take the stripe over the edge as well, you know, I don't know. We will decide when we get there. Who have we got? Oh, Dawn. Hi, Marrow. Oh, I love a bit of secret stuff, Jane. Oh, I know, Claire. I may well stripe the inside too. So I'm just making stripes. That's all I'm doing. It's nice, real nice, simple design. We will add some shade into them afterwards just to give it a bit of welly. But no, it's a very, very nice, simple stripe. And I think it's just really effective because it's easy for me to say, isn't it? I think it's effective. No, I like it because I think it goes with the Forest Law paper that we've got in the middle of this, and I do like tying things in. There we go. Oh, that's rather nice. I like that. And I can lift that now. Just very carefully lifting those tape pieces. And I want to, if you do this, you want to lift it before the paint dries, because if you do this when the paint's dried, paints, and it's not all paints, but some paints, you can end up pulling some of the paint off, and that's just frustrating. So there we go. Let's get that done. And the last one. Oh, nice. So now I'm going to get my lid on that, because otherwise I'll probably knock it over. Oh, hi, Joan. Hi, nice to see you. I'm just giving my brush a little wipe, and then I'm going to get some of this black. This is a liquid acrylic black. And I know it's going to give me quite a nice dense black colour. And I'm just being very mindful of my stripes. I don't know, couldn't see what I was doing then, could you? Right, so yes, I'm just being mindful of my stripes, and I'm taking my time. And I've got some of the grey my brush. Actually, this brush is a little bit all over the shop, so I'm not gonna go right to the edge there. I'm gonna get a smaller brush because there's no point spoiling it when I've got my nice stripes there. Why am I making my life hard? Hang on. I've got a paintbrush in my mouth if you're wondering. That's why I sound a bit strange. Bear with me. Right, I've got to post-it now because I didn't want to put tape on top of the wet paint. So I've got to post-it note out because if any of that paint is wet underneath, I'm not going to ruin it, hopefully, she says. We'll find out now, won't we? I do these things so that you don't have to. There we go. Yeah, that's okay. I can live with that. Now I've got two edges to deal with. Right, let's try and make this a bit of a quicker. Right, we can do this. We can do this. And I'm just going to hold that in place. And fortunately, that black has dried enough that I can do that. Oh, you see, now in an ideal world, if you're doing this at home, you could wait for one to dry and put tape and then wait for the next one to dry. But I'm trying to do it all in one job lot. Little tickle. Let me have a drink a minute. Ooh. Oh yes, that was what was needed. Yeah, so I'm just going to carry on now. Carry on going round, filling in these bits with the black paint, and then we will do the grey. So if you want a cup of tea or you need to pop and do something, now is the time to do it because it's not going to be very exciting. But, well, it's exciting for me, but it won't be exciting to watch, I'm sure. But I will carry on whittering away for anybody who is there. And I will check the comments as well. Oh, bless you. Oh, Facebook user. Is that Shamela? Lovely Shamela Hendricks. She's so talented. Mind you, I do feel really spoilt because there's so many incredibly talented people around. There we go. And flip this, just making sure, checking underneath all the time to make sure that there's no wet paint that's going to go onto any areas that you don't want it to go on. There we go. I like that. I like that a lot. And we will, like I said, we will add some shading to these stripes, which will give them a little bit more dimension and make them a little bit more interesting as well. What's that? Oh, bless you, Claire. You're very kind. Thank you. It's different, isn't it, Jane? It's different. I just thought, why not? I don't actually. I say I just thought, why not? I didn't think of it until I started playing with the deciding what ice papers to use. But then once I saw that stripe, I thought it would look nice to echo that. Right, how are we doing? Try not to paint myself. Now, there are some little mist areas. I'm liking that because I want it to look a little bit shabby. If you don't like that, don't put more paint on now. Just go back and do another coat. Because you won't have to do a full coat. But it will just touch up the areas that you missed. It's better to do a couple of thin coats than overdo it on the first one. Just checking that is in the right place. Yep. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. Oh, another drink. Got a right tickle going on. It has just arrived and it can go away because I could do without it. There we go. And the last bit here. Now I've kept all my bits of tape to do the next side, but for these little short ends that you're going to see in a minute, I really need slightly longer tape. So it's not that I'm going to use new tape every time, it's just that these need longer pieces of tape. So longer pieces of tape it is. There we go. There. So we've got one side down. And it's time to do, let's do an end now. Just make sure I'm not too messy. I'm going to do exactly the same method as I did before. Putting all the strips on first, and then I'll strip away the alternate ones, because, you know, to be honest, this is just, you could measure it out with a pencil and do it that way, but this is quite a lazy way, bit of a lazy way of doing it, and I'm all for that. So let's put that one there. And I wonder if we're gonna, I don't think we're gonna get, what are we gonna get? Oh, yes, we are. Oh, that's quite cool. So, remove those ones and that one. No, I can't. Ah, I did that wrong. Hang on. Let me. Right, so there's that one, then. Oh, Rachel, I'm all at 6s and 7s. What a donut. I can be. I really can. I really can. Right, so that one goes. Then that one stays. Oh, I see why I'm confused, because I was hoping I'd have an even stripe, and I haven't, but you can't have everything. That's what happened. Yeah, Joan, isn't it rude? I mean, it's just come out of nowhere. But hopefully it'll go back to wherever it came from for both of us, because I'm not a fan of a tickle, I've got to say. Right, so we won't need any more tape. Let me get that lovely grey colour again, because it's beautiful. And let's paint. Paint these stripes. It uses so little paint doing stripes as well. It's very good. Just getting under the handle there. Yeah. Oh, can you see? There you go. Off for a doze before my night shift. Enjoy, everyone. Thanks for. Oh, Dawn, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Have a good sleep, and I hope your night shift's okay later. There we go. So that's the grey done again. And let me put the lid on because I'm a clumsy person. And if I don't put the lid on, it will get messy. There we go. So I've got just little rows of tape on my desk now that I'm using to do this. So it looks quite nice with the white as well, I think. The grey and the white looks quite nice. But I've committed to the black now, so that is what's happening. I'm going to put that there, ready for me. And let's get this little bit of black that I've just splattered everywhere. A giant messy woman. There we go. Just getting that black stripe down. There we go. And the beauty of this is because we're only doing thin layers, it's it's drying nice and quickly, so it's easier to do this sort of technique. If we were doing thick layers, it wouldn't dry enough to allow this to happen. So, and once you've done this, you won't need to put the tape on when you go back in for a second layer, because it's very unlikely that the edges will need topping up. Yeah. Now I can see that paint's a little bit wet there on the end, so I am being mindful of that. Missed a little bit there, but that's okay. I can tidy that up, she says. Hopefully. Yes. Right, and then we've got another little piece to do up here. Hi, Olga. Happy Sunday. Oh, trays are great to decorate. They really are. They are useful. I never thought I'd say that, but they are. They are. Like I said, I'm going to use this one, and very happily going to use it because I can't reach my coffee table. So that's why I'm being mindful of keeping it flat on the inside so that I can put my cup of tea on there and carry it in. Oh, I was very brave there with that little bit of stripe, wasn't I? It's gone over a little bit, but it's not too bad. I'll be able to, when I do the shading, I'll be able to correct any glaringly obvious mistakes. Just get in there. There we go. And the last one on this little bit. We're getting there, people. We are getting there. Thank you for bearing with me. I did want to do something similar on the inside, but we'll see. I might just do it black. I don't know. I might do it cream. I can't decide. Gosh, this paint is very lively. It's getting me every time I shut the bottle. It's giving me a little splash. Let's get that last stripe there. Yay! Right. Oh, that needs a little bit of a straighten up as well. Now, if you didn't feel particularly confident going along edges like that, get a ruler and a pen and finish it off like that. There we go. So I've got those stripes done now, and I can turn over, and we've got this side to do. Do you know, I didn't really consider how time consuming this was going to be, so I do apologise. Let's pop all these bits of tape on. Now, if I remember rightly, we have a little bit of extra on the end, so I'm just bearing that in mind when I'm adding these bits of tape, so that hopefully by the time we get to the end I will have it about right. We will find out now. Let's have a look. Hi, Carrie. Oh, it's, yeah, I can understand that, Olga. I can understand that. It is a little bit faffy. And where are we at now? We are at, that needs to come over a little bit more there, a little bit more there, a little bit more there, and I think I've managed to get it about right. So we're doing grey first. Ta-da! Right, we are good to go with grey. Hi, Terry. Gosh, that was loud, wasn't it? Just goodness. Hi, Terry. Lovely to see you. So, just getting these stripes done. Now, actually, Terry is somebody who is the queen of doing these sort of painty effects on things. She does some fabulous stripes and checkerboard effects on her projects that are well worth having a look at. Yeah. Got that one there. Lovely. So that's the grey again, all done. Just finding a spot to put that brush. Put the lid on my grey. And sorry, I've just found a bit of modelling paste or something I was just faffing with. I'm just going to take this tape off now. Oh, she does, doesn't she, Sue? She is the queen of it. I can only well, I can't even come close, but can only hope that one day I might get there. But you know, we all have different strengths. But no, Terry is a fantastic artist. So I'm just going to do this. Then I'm going to get my Post-it note, which I'm using for my edge. And I'm going to put it on here. And then I'm going to flip it round and put it on there. I feel like that is going a bit wonky. I can imagine Terry screaming at the screen now as I'm making an absolute hash of this. But no, it's all right. It's all right. I'm confident it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's gonna be okay. Oh no, Claire, no, not lifting tape. Oh, that's very frustrating. Right, let me use my paint that's gonna spit at me the minute I shut the lid. I don't know why it does it. It's really bizarre. Oh no. I wonder if I can just do this. Yes, I can. There we go. Right, let's do another one. That's it. Let's get this done. We're on a roll. We're on a roll. So I am just a little bit of a wiggle there. A little bit of a wiggle, but it's okay. It's okay because I am going to be adding shading. I am going to be coming back and touching it up. So it's not the end of the world if it's not absolutely bob on first time. It's not the end of the world. I am talking to myself, not to you guys. I am telling myself it is okay. Oh, thank you, Claire. Thank you. I'm doing my best. I'm channeling my inner Terry Lightsey, and oh, it's going to be fine. There we go. And nearly there, we're nearly there, we're nearly there, we're nearly there. One more edge to go. One more edge. Farm yesterday, and it was freezing. It was absolutely freezing. No two ways about that. But it was really lovely. We went to a farm park because it was one of my granddaughter's birthdays this week, and so we managed to get all the children and grandchildren and my mother and my sister all in one place, and my nephew, and we went to a farm park that's local, and it was such a nice thing just seeing all the kids playing together, and it was just lovely. It was really, really nice. Just taking my time on those bits. Right, last edge now. Last edge. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Oh, thanks, Terry. Thank you. I do appreciate that a lot, actually. I really do. I feel quite nervous now I know you're there. But no, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. How are we doing? Let's have a look at what we got. Oh, this is a long project, isn't it? Long project. But worth it, I think. Well, it's worth it for me because I'm not going to have to reach for my cup of tea. Just getting these in place. Like so, like so. And what's that one? That'll be black there. Oh, let's hope this is all going to line up then. Right, so that needs to be black. That's grey. That's grey. That's grey. That's black. That's grey. Yay! It lines up. Phew. Phew, phew, phew. That was a little moment of panic then, but we're okay. So, grey paint again. Grey paint, and let's just paint these last few stripes. There we go. Oh, that camera's quite low down, isn't it? I bought it low. I keep changing the angle and the position because I'm just, I don't know, I can't seem to find the best kind of vantage point for filming. So I just keep trying different positions with it at the moment, so that hopefully at some point in the not too distant future I will get a really good angle. I need to talk to some of my friends that do filming more often and maybe get them to just give me a hand to just, I'm sure it wouldn't take long to actually get it set up in a decent position. I've got a light coming soon as well, which will illuminate me a bit more, though I've not done too badly, I don't think, today with the lights. So, right, that's the grey done. Let me put that away. And take this tape off. Got a bit of a blob there, but never mind. We'll soon get that sorted out. I've got the black paint squirted out on my desk, and so that is where I, in my wisdom, decided to lie my brush down. So I just had to give it a little clean. Right. Well, would you believe the load of snow and ice has finally melted at the end of our drive? Oh, it's absolutely freezing, Claire. In our part of the country at the moment, isn't it? Heidi, yeah, I like seeing things in real time too, Heidi. But I am, I just know some people like it. They want to see it immediately, as it were. And Sunday is a casual Sunday. It's not planned. It's not prepared for. It just is what it is. Oh, Rachel, careful now. You're getting a little bit too clever with that. Oof. Patience now. Don't go ruining it at the last leg. That's the problem, isn't it? Get carried away. Should be using my post-it note. It's down beside me. Why aren't I using it? Oh dear. Maverick. Right, let's get the post-it note back on the scene before I have a horrible accident and get really disappointed. Right. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm enjoying this. It's nice. It's like we're all just doing our thing on a Sunday afternoon. There we go. And pop that one there. Now I'm going to keep. I'll wait until I finish this, and then I'll show you. I'm just trying to jump ahead, and that's really not a good thing to do. I need to just be patient. All right, there we go. Patience is a virtue. Oh, I'm terrible. I don't know about you, but I can be really patient with other people. But when it comes to myself, I have very little patience. Terrible, isn't it? That was one of my kind of, I don't know if you'd call it a resolution or what, but that was one of the things that I sort of thought I wanted to work on this year with myself, was being as patient with myself as I am with other people. Who's that? Oh, hi, Terry. Right, last little stripe done, and then we can go and do some funky shading, which I really like. I like a bit of funky shading. Also tempted to add a little bit more definition to some of the lines, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. Right, I want to leave my dangerously leave my black paint out because I like tempting fate. No, I want to leave my black paint out because I'm going to mix up fingers. Going to mix up a little bit of dark grey in a minute to add some shading. So I want a little brush, and I'm going to take some of the original grey that I was using, and I'm just mixing into that a little bit of the black, just a little bit, just to darken it a little bit. So you probably can't you can't see me mixing it, can you? But I am. I'm mixing a little bit of that, a little bit of black with the grey that I've used on these stripes, just to give me a slightly darker tone. I've just popped another little spot of black paint in there. You'll see it now when I'm painting with it. And I'm going to add a little bit of water to my brush as well, because we're just going to do a little bit of shading on these stripes before I then add some edging. So this is all I'm doing, is I'm right on the edge, and I'm just bringing a slightly darker grey in from the edge, just ever so slightly darker. I'm not worried about the edges too much now because I've already decided what I'm going to do with them. Then I'm going to take some of the original grey as well and just blend it in with the darker, and it's going to give me a little bit of shading, which is going to add dimension to this stripe. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to be lighter in the middle and darker on the edges, and it's just going to add a little bit of something to it, a little bit of dimension. So just add in that dark bit on the edges. A bit more water because it's shading. I want a nice wet paint, and these Layers Memories are quite good for, you can add a fair bit of water to them to blend them out. And again, just putting that lighter colour in the middle. That needs a little bit more shading in there. Just taking it in. And when we finish this now, it will make sense why we've done this. And I know it's another faffy little element to add, but you know, if you're going to do it, isn't it? Might as well. Might as well. I don't mind doing it because, you know, it's quite nice to add these little elements. I'm taking the lighter one again and just trying to get a nice blend going on. Add a bit of water. Well, that's just gone lighter again. These paints really do spread out quite well. Oops. I'm not worried about that because I'm going to put a little bit of edging. But I just want to make sure that the centre of each one is lighter than the edge. I want the edges just to be you know, nothing amazingly stark, but just a little bit darker. I'm going to have a look at your comments a minute now, because I haven't looked for a little while. Just evening that one out a bit. Let's have a look. I think you're right, Olga. I think Terry does have magic brushes. I think she does. She's so good at getting her lines. It just blows my mind every time I see her do it. That's it. Just blending in. Might just try this one. A bit more water. Oh, that was a little bit cheeky then, because I wasn't sure that was going to work. There we go. Da, 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 da. No, Rachel, no singing is allowed. I'm not allowed to sing because if I sing, we get muted because it's copyright. And how I was actually quite. If you haven't heard this story before, I mean, if you have heard it, I do apologise because it's something I do harp on about because I'm quite chuffed. I was singing in one of the episodes we did, and we got muted and told off by Facebook, and so I was really chuffed because I thought, well, my singing is my pleasure. It's not anybody else's pleasure. But my singing must have been all right for them to have recognised the song that I was singing. So I was really chuffed. Oopsie. Good. So excited about it. I just bashed my box. Right, I want a little bit of ochre paint from somewhere. Let me have a look. What have I got here? No, I want ochre. Where are you? Let's get a bit of Andy Skinner ochre, I think. As we love a bit of Andy Skinner. Let's have a look. What have I got? Not that one. Oh, gee, that's the one. I think. Oh, raw umber. That will do the job nicely. Thank you. There's a little bit of raw umber, and I'm using Rachel, where words? a bit of Andy Skinner's pigment paints, and they are fab. You need the tiniest little spot, because they are what it says on the tin. They are highly pigmented. So I've got a little bit of raw umber, and again I'm coming down this edge. Oh yeah, love that. The edge that I made a little bit darker, I'm now putting a little bit of umber on. That's it. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. It just adds, for me personally, it just makes it slightly, it makes it more interesting to look at. It gives it a little bit of dimension and takes it from being just a bit of flat painting. So here we got, oh, hi Deb, hi Tiffany, hi Peggy. We're making a tray. Well, we're not making the tray, we're decorating the tray. I will flip it over in a minute so you can see what we've put inside. Here you go, I can show you now. This is what we put inside, which is a combination of decoupage queen papers. It's Ivetta's Harlequin, hand-drawn Harlequin, Ivetta's Lilies. Let's put that down a bit. And Poison Labels, and oh, I can't think. Forest Law Engagement, I think that one's called. So I've made up my own design with the elements that I liked from those papers. Not that I don't, I like them all, but I've just sort of made it my own. And then we've added stripes to the edge, which I'm just giving a bit of shade into now, just to make them just a little bit more interesting. And that is where we're at. Yes, I really like it, and I just think it's a really nice combination. So we're just painting the outside, then I'm going to paint the inside, and then I'm going to varnish it all. But I might just paint the outside and the inside with you guys and varnish it afterwards. We'll see how, I mean, I'm happy to keep the camera running and just keep at it. I need water, a little bit of water, because this pigment paint from Andy Skinner it's a really strong pigment. It's excellent value for money, because obviously it goes for miles. And they're beautiful colours. Right, go. And nearly finished this. Now I wonder if this is dry enough for me to show you what I want to do next on here. Let's have a go. Doesn't hurt, does it? Right. Happy with that. So that's my little bit of shading. Then I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to take, I've got a gold Sharpie pen, and I'm just going to edge these stripes. I'm just following. I need to just got a bright light in my eyes a minute. Just following the line that was painted, and that will just straighten up everything. So you could do this with a Posca pen if you didn't want the contrast. All kinds of, any manner of pen that you fancy doing it with, you could do it with. Just make sure it's straight. Just making sure it's straight. It really is worth just taking a little bit of time just to make sure you're straight, because you really don't want to, this is the final bit to these stripes. Although if you're not happy with them, then it's not. If you're not happy with them, you paint them again. But for me, I'm hoping this is my final bit. Got a few little bits of, I don't know, something that was on my desk off the gesso pot. That's annoying, but I don't know. We'll pretend that it adds to the shabby chic exterior. And just making sure that my lines are nice and straight. And you could do this with, it looks really nice with the dimensional liner. I can't remember what they're called now. They're like, you can use them to make like little dots and things, but they also make 3D lines. So there you go. You can see I've got just, you wouldn't know it was there necessarily unless you'd seen me doing it, but that's the side. Let me put that lamp up a little bit more. That's the side that we've just done with a little bit of shading. And this is a side that we've yet to do. So that's the side with a bit of shading and the lines. And that's the side that we've yet to do. So I think it's a noticeable difference. I don't know, what do you think? I think it notices. So I'm going to do, what are these little bits that I'm getting? I'm going to do this side now. So a little bit of shading, a little bit of umber. Oh, my grey paint's drying. Don't dry your paint. Let's get that nice and wet and hopefully it will be all right. Oop, there we go. So I'm going to do that exactly the same as I did before, just a little bit grey. And then just blending it in. Blending it in. Just getting that interest to those stripes. Hi, Nunu. Yes, I think the bottom probably does need to be black as well. You're right. Go. What's it? Just adding some shading. There we go. What time is it? Gosh, we've been a little while. But yeah. Just add in that. This is the grey that I put a little bit of the black in, just to give me a slightly darker grey to add shading with. And that's all I'm doing. I'm just adding shading. And then I'm going to go back in now. Back in with that umber. Let's get that. Right, so now I want my wet brush for that umber. I just realised I've left the lid off my paint, so I'm just closing that. Right, now a little bit of umber, and away we go. So just adding more. I don't know what you'd call it, age, I don't know. Age, dimension, interest, all of the above maybe. I'm not sure. But I'm just adding it because it seems like the right thing to do. I would never normally do something like this in one sitting, but it's going to be nice to have it done. There we go. Let's get this done. Just blend that one in a little bit more. Just think it gives it a little bit more character. And there we go. And now I can get my ruler and I can add my pen. I'm just going to put on another light. There we go. Because it's starting to get a bit murky manner out there. Right. So now I need to do these lines. I'm actually going to stand up to do it. I hope I didn't camera too much then. Right, I'm going to stand up so that I can make sure that I'm getting them straight. There we go. Like I said, if you did this with a 3D liner, it would look fantastic. But I can't do that today because I'd have to wait for it to dry. So I'm using a permanent Sharpie pen instead. Oh yeah, that one's right squiffy, that one. So this is nice because it's an opportunity to straighten up anywhere that's not particularly straight. There we go. Just going all the way along. So any of those edges that you're not entirely happy about, we can cover up with the pen, which is nice. Always reminds me of the fast show sketches. When I say that. Right, lovely. So now it's just these ends now. Again, so it's taken a bit of time to get these stripes nice, but I think it's worth spending the time. Oops, don't want to knock that too much. It's worth spending a bit of time and doing it because the overall finish is important because you're going to have to look at it, or if you're giving it as a gift, you know, you want it to be spot on. And these little bits of shading and faffing around, it's those little faffs that make the difference, I think. There we go. Just getting that dark grey on first. The other nice thing about faffing is it gives you the opportunity to correct any areas that you're not 100% happy with. There we go, and then I'm going to get the umber, get that lovely pigment paint umber, and add that on here now. Just in places. Oh, sorry, that's me headbutting the camera because I've just stood up for a minute because these ends are quite tall. There. And then I'm going to take the ruler and do exactly the same on these ends as I did on the sides. So let's go for it. Well, thank you for sticking with me today because it's a really long one. I wouldn't have realised it was going to be this long, but it is. So thank you. On the last edge, there we go. So it's just this edge left to go, and I'm going to do exactly the same. Where have I put my pen lid there? I'm going to do exactly the same. Whoa, wobbly wobbly, sorry. Exactly the same again. Just a little bit of shading. Here. And because we've used the original grey and just added a little bit of black, the shading works nicely and it blends nicely. And I'm going to get the umber, a little bit of umber in my life. Let's get that going on. Oh, that's a bit watery. Bit watery. Just careful. And a little bit more. A little bit more and a little bit more. And we're getting there. Just on that last little stripe now. And I'm going to use my finger just to bring a little bit there. Lovely. And then again, I'm going to use my pen. I'm just cleaning up my little pile of wet paint because otherwise it's going to get messy. And I don't want it to get messy. Please don't get messy. Right. Got my pen. And I am just going to draw these lines in. And then we'll do some work on the inside. There we go. So making sure it's straight. Again, making sure it's straight. Yeah, this is properly wonky, this line, so it's quite nice because this is a really good opportunity to just tidy up any bits that aren't quite as they could be. So now, as Sue said, and she is right, it would be really nice to paint the bottom of this, but I'm not going to do that today because we've all got lives and I've got a few things I've got to do. Oh, I'm wonk a bit there, but I'm going to live with that. It's okay. Right. So let's have a look at the inside of this now. Now, oh, I think it's going to have to be a bit of black, isn't it? I think it's going to have to be a bit of black, but I'm going to do the edging here in that colour, I think. I think that's my plan. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think black on the inside and edging with a purple. I think that's going to be my plan. And then we'll get a bit of varnish going on. Right, so I'm just going to use some black acrylic. Oh, there we go. Out it comes. A bit more than that, I think. I hope I haven't just spattered at the side of my tray. No, I haven't. So I'm just going to go with black. I could go do stripes, but I think black will be nice. Oh, thanks, Leanne. Thank you. It's been a big project for a tray. It's really, I've been surprised at how long it's taken. I think this is my first ever tray. Question, what would you be doing on a Sunday afternoon if you weren't entertaining us? I'd be doing probably exactly what I'm doing now with the camera off. So so the only difference is the camera is on, really. So that is the only thing. Now I'm doing the black, but what I might do is, you'll see in a minute when I show you, it's quite a harsh colour, isn't it? So, but it's black, so of course it is. But I might blend a little bit of grey into the edge. We'll see. Just go along with this. I'm not worried about getting the top, but I'm also not worried about going over on the top, because I'm going to paint the top that nice purpley colour just to sort of tie it in with everything else that's going on. So I'm just doing my edges now. Just take your time when you get near the very edge. There we go. Oh, who's this? Claire Evans. There is a lot going about this winter carol. Yeah, there is. There's germs and grots everywhere. Everywhere. Got to be careful. I think, I think we do get a little bit excited sometimes, because out and about and see everybody and have a lovely time, but we do need to remember to still be careful. It's not as panicky as it was, but there's still plenty of nasty germs out there. And we've all been locked in our houses for, I say we, I'm a hermit, so I'm always in my house anyway. But, for the majority of people who aren't hermits like me, they've been stuck in their house for, the best part of 2 years. And it's going to take a while to build your immunity levels back up. So be careful. That's all I'm saying. Be careful. I mean, it's not so bad for people like me who don't go out very often. But for those who have normal lives, it is going to take a little while to build up an immunity to all those horrible blooming things that are out there at the moment. And there's plenty of them. So, as I used to say to my girls when they were teenagers, when they were going out, make choices. Yes, I think black was the right choice. I think it was. Oh, hang on, my computer's doing something that I don't want to do because I'm in the middle of doing something else. Please. Yeah, I don't think it. I don't know. I'm not saying it's a good thing, mind you, Claire. It's it brought it home to me when the country went into lockdown, and I actually didn't notice a difference. I thought, whoops, I really. So I am. I think is I'm going to be making a concerted effort to try and actually go and do things, and I did. I've been over to Leanne's new shop, and I went to the farm yesterday. So I'm doing things that I wouldn't have done before. So it's good. It is a good thing. And my daughters, one of my daughters and my granddaughter, well, one of my granddaughters as well, is moving away in a week or so's time, and I've already planned my visit to go and see them. So actually doing things, but I don't know, it's a big deal to me to do. So it takes a little bit of doing, but I'm excited about it, and there's lots of other things that I'm excited about doing. I'm going on a really exciting doll making workshop with a really well-known doll maker, which I'm very excited about. I'm doing that with Lou Withers. We're going on a jolly, so I'm very much looking forward to that. All right, that's good. Now these edges inside, if I'm not feeling that they're straight, when I finish this, I'm not worried because I can go in. If I had one of those 3D liners, I could go in with that. The other thing I can go in with is I can go in with a black Posca pen and just tidy it up a bit if I want to. So it's, don't panic. Just get the coat of paint on, and then when you go back over it, then you can do all those little tidying up details. The next thing I've got to do in my little itinerary of actually going out and doing things is I've got to go and get my hair cut. I've got to go to a hairdresser's because I don't mind being a bit of a hag, but my hair has got a little bit out of control, and it needs help. So I've got to find a good hairdressers to go to, and I haven't been to a hairdresser in I don't know how many years. Oh, Carol. Wow. Oh, that sounds amazing. No, I'm going to a cloth doll workshop, and if my brain not so fuzzy today, I could tell you who's doing it. But it's in Glastonbury, and the woman's really famous, and I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But we've got the choice of making a cloth doll or sort of like a doll with an animal head kind of thing. And I'm very excited about it. But I think your 1/12 scale sounds amazing. If I had room, I'd have a doll's house, but I don't think I've got anywhere that I could keep one at the moment. Although, with the girls moving away, I will get a bit more space, because even though they don't live with us, they live around the corner, so they overspill into our space quite a lot. So once they move, I will have more space. Just getting into those little corners in the handles with the black, because I think that will work. Sometimes changing. Yes. Yeah, Olga, doesn't it look like it's very similar to your designs? I thought it really complements your designs that you've just done recently, that I am incredibly excited about. I was talking about them a couple of hours ago because we've been here for that long. I was talking about them and saying how beautiful they are, and we were remarking on how this paper reminded us of your beautiful designs, and I'm so excited. I'm going to get to play with them this week. Super excited, in fact. There we go. Just make sure I'm up to the edge. There we go. And then the last edge. Oh, I can see a bit of mist now. It's quite flat paint. This is this acrylic here is an Allegro paint, and it's quite flat. But once I varnish it, it's going to gloss up, and it's going to have quite I think it's going to have quite a nice finish. I hope. That's my plan anyway. We'll find out now, won't we? And I'm going to use... No, calm down, Rachel. Stop jumping ahead. I was going to tell you what I was going to do next, and I really need to just finish what I'm doing first. There's no need to rush on the final furlong. There we go. Have I heard the great news? No, I have not. What is the great news? Oh, wow. No, I don't know. Well, I've been here all afternoon, haven't I? Been here doing things. So I don't know. I don't know anything. because I can't multitask. I don't check my phone when I'm when I'm doing stuff, because I can't. My brain can't do several things at once. Really, I can be distracted and end up doing something completely different, but I can't do two things at the same time. I don't know why. I used to years and years ago, but these days I absolutely can't. My head explodes if I try and multitask. Right, a little bit more of this black paint. And if I was being very particular, I could go back over this and just give it another coat, but I'm not going to, because I think it's all right. I think it's looking good. I'm going to find a colour that matches the flower colour, because I'm pretty sure I've got one. There we go. Do that. That's nice. Now, let me put that brush there and let me get a nice magenta purple colour, isn't it? Pinky. Right, I think I've got something that's about the right colour. Let me wipe that little bit of black paint in it before I stick my hand in it, and then put it everywhere. There we go. Green. Right. Now let's see how this goes. Hopefully very well. We'll find out. So this is no, that's very magenta-y, but I don't think it's quite purple enough. But that's okay, because I have a more purpley, which I can add to it and hopefully get the exact colour I want. That's the joy of paint, isn't it? You can, if you haven't got the right colour, mix it up. Right, let's try that. Oh yes, I think we are. I could probably go a little bit more purple actually. Yeah. And I have. And I don't mind that that's kind of ombered either. That's quite nice. Yeah, that is nice. Do you know, I think I probably talk to myself almost as much when I'm not filming as I do when I am filming. Let's see the comments. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. Yes, I can't wait, Olga. I can't wait. I am expecting them any day now. but my post is never, I can't rely on my post. I don't know if it's because I live on top of a big hill and the postman just doesn't always want to walk up it. I can't blame him. But ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. So these are just some liquid acrylics that I happen to have. They are they're Finnabair ones, actually, these ones, which I know Leanne doesn't have in the shop at the moment. Oh, Rachel, why did you just grab the side that you just painted? Dear me. But that's not to say that they might not come in the future. Yeah, and let's keep going. How are you getting on, Claire? Are you nearly finished with yours? Oh, and I can see a little bit of mist with the black paint. Right. Once I've varnished this, I'm also going to pop a little bit of gold wax on these, the very edges of the edges. Very edges of the edges. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. The edges of the edges. But I can't put it on until the varnish has dried, because if I put it on before I put the varnish on, the varnish won't stick to where there's wax. It doesn't like it. And while I'm doing this, I'm just trying to decide what varnish to actually use. I think I want a shiny one, or at least a satin. A satin, if not, satin I think will be nice, because I want this matte black paint to have a little bit of a sheen to it. There we go. The final countdown. No singing Rachel. Oh, wish we had the ability that I could hear you if you said something rather than typing. I think that would be really cool. Okay, how is it looking? Let's have a look. Oh, that's looking good, but I'm wondering about whether I should put the red in. Yeah, I think I should. No, I don't think I should. Oh, I can't decide. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I shouldn't. I'm not going to. Well, I've not picked it back up yet. I just had neighbour knock and ask about another of our. Oh no! Oh no! Well, I hope you get that sorted out. Oh dear! I hope it's nothing serious. Right, I'm going to get my little ruler again, and I'm going to go round this. Going to go round this rectangle with the same pen as before. They've got don't knock anything over. Just going to go around the edge. Make sure that I'm straight. And there we go. That's fantastic. I'm going to do the same on this edge. Just making sure I'm straight. And turn it to do this one. And then I'm going to get my heat gun out. Get my heat gun out. Make sure everything is. Oh no, I'm not. I'm going to do that little bit of black paint I noticed that was missing first, actually. There we go. Yes, like that. And then I'm going to get my black pen. Yeah, where are you? Got a black pushka here. I am running around to get a straight edge, and then I'll be just filling in those bits I missed. I'm not worried about the sides because the sides don't quite hit the edges anyway. Right, let me get a little bit more black paint. There's hardly any left to go. I'm very excited because I know I'm coming to the end of my project, which is always super exciting. There we go. That's that bit. Turn it round. Oh, now while I'm here, I can see that bit. Needs a bit of extra black paint on. And so does this bit. Lovely. Just making sure So I can come over here now, and now I've done that line with the Posca pen, I can be sort of fairly confident about where I'm putting the paint, which is nice. It makes it a lot easier. There we go, just finishing this off. I don't know why I don't seem to be quite going down as far as I need to. It's quite funny. I think it's like an optical illusion. That's it. That's it. Right, happy days on that. Let's get my heat gun just on this quickly, just to get those little bits that are still not quite dry. And what we got? Oh, thank you, Peggy. Thank you. Right, let's get this. Get this dry. Get this dry and get some nice varnish on, and then we can get some wax on. And it'll all come together nicely then. Oh, my poor heat gun. Honestly, I'm just waiting for it to die. It's it keeps kind of making odd noises and going off and on, and it is desperate for return, I think, but it's going to have to wait for a little bit longer. Oh, thank you. Oh, Carol, I'm not surprised. We've been here forever, haven't we, this afternoon? Well, get those bins out. Be careful. Watch your back. Have a cup of coffee and enjoy your chat with your friend. It's been lovely to have you here. There we go. Just making sure. Oh, I didn't notice that. That's annoying. But I'm going to be putting wax on there, so I'm not going to get... Yeah, I'm alright on this side. But I just went over the edge lip on there, which is a little bit annoying. But, like I said, I'm going to be putting wax on the edges, so I'm not going to panic about it. It's going to be fine. Right, just making sure everything is dry. I believe it is. Right, varnish time instead of hammer time. Right, let's have a look. What have we got by way of varnish? Glossy varnish. That's what I want. Oh, and I nearly started singing again then. Oh, dear me. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Oh, dear me. Oh, I'm just fighting my way into my varnish. Bear with me. I need a little bit of pokey tool assistance. Well, I found the offending area. Right, hopefully. Oh, yes. Oh, do not get, ouch, your varnish on your edges. Right. I'm going for it now with glossy varnish. And I'm very excited about this finished look. I think it's going to be nice. Just get this middle bit done. Now, if you're going to use something like I'm going to use this tray, and I might get spinaches and things, it's a really good idea to do a couple of coats of varnish. Obviously today I'm just going to do this one, but once this one is fully dried, I'll do another one, just because, you know, it would be very disappointing to spill something on it and ruin it. So to make sure that doesn't happen, I will put a couple of layers of varnish on it. And also just making sure don't leave any blobs of varnish anywhere, because it doesn't tend to dry very nicely if you leave blobs. Right, let's pop you up there like that. And we just gotta get that done. Yeah. I do need to paint the bottom of this as well, but I'll do that another time, because I just want to show you the finished thing, really, with the wax on it and all the rest of it, as soon as you've been patient enough to watch the full process. Let's get that last edge done. I do love it. This Pentart glossy varnish is so nice. And it's nice on all kinds of projects, actually. Right, there we go. I'm just gonna, I will take some of that mess off the thing, but I need to just shut it so I can't spill it first. There we go. Right, heat gun, where are you? Where did I put you? You can't be far away, surely. I used you about 2 seconds ago. And I plugged you in, so you've got to be here somewhere. I found you. Here we go. Right. Oh, listen to it. Come on, Glenn, you can do this. We're nearly done. Oh dear. Oh, phew. Oh, I'm glad she's okay. I talk to everything, Olga. It's, it's, why not? Why not? Why not talk to everything? Yeah, I want these edges in particular to dry so that I can just pop the wax on and show you the finished look. Yeah. See a little bit of varnish there. It's nearly dry enough for me to put some wax on and just show you the finished look. It's got a lovely sheen to it now. But yeah, another coat of varnish on this tray for sure. But I'll do that when I've said goodbye. Alright, how are we looking? We're looking good. We're looking good. Right, it's just about dry. I would, if I was just doing this off camera, I would leave it, but I'm just adding some wax now, and I'm being a bit cheeky, and I'm bringing some of the wax down on the side to cover up where my paint went over. And if I match it up with another little look there, that'll work. There we go. And then the corners, of course. And just don't want to cover the colour. I'm just doing the edges and getting, there's a little bit coming onto the main bit, but I don't want to lose that colour because the colour is, well, the colour's a good bit, isn't it? It works really nicely on there, so I don't want to lose it. Let's go around that little handy hole. Just come over here now and Just coming along those edges. I'm just trying to echo what I did on my to cover up, but got in a bit of a mess. Yeah. And before I pack up, I will put another layer of varnish on. There we go. But there we go. That is pretty much it. Obviously, like I said, I'm gonna put another layer of varnish on here, just to protect it. But that is today's casual Sunday. My tea tray. Oh, thank you, Terry. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Claire. It's got a touch of the Halloween's about it, but you know, so have I. So, in my own little way. Thank you, Olga. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Shamala. Thank you. It's been lovely spending the afternoon with you, and we'll be back next week. And look out for more. There'll be more. Oh, words, Rachel. There'll be more updates on the shop. So keep your eyes peeled because it's all very exciting. And well, thank you. Hang on, let me go. If I go that way, you can see it that way. That's better, isn't it? But yes, thank you so much, and see you next week. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, Peggy, you're very, very welcome. Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Bye-bye.